Good morning, campers. Let's do a reading. So, I can't really decide what we're going to do today. I'm tapping into a collective that I feel like you're more mature. So you would be someone who you're not new to the journey of healing. You would have been on this journey for quite a while. You really have the ability to look inwards, to look into your shadows. Maybe you even do shadow work. You have a healer that you work with. I always say this to you guys, my universal truth. True, real shadow work that will get you to the end of the bridge. It has to be done with assistance of a shadow worker and a true healer, because the reason most people do it for so long and so many lifetimes, it's because we as humans in our ego, we don't have the capacity to truly deeply look inwards. There's always some level of denial. We don't want to hear about our shadows. We don't want to look into our shadows. It's scary. It's intimidating. It's also because of the programming that we think that shadow means that there's something wrong with us, right? So for most people, they're going to do some sort of a self-work every now and then, pull an oracle card, which is beautiful. But when we're truly meant to heal in a specific lifetime, we usually do it with assistance of a healer. This is why we're here, to assist others on this journey. So I feel like this collective, you would know this. This is for mature people, right? So let's start from tapping into your energy. There's also a reason why I chose tarot for your energy. So let's just try to see what's in your energy, what's going on, how you're feeling, where you are when it comes to your energy. And then we're just going to see what we're going to do. Maybe we'll just do some shadow work. All right. Okay. All right. What's in your energy, this collective? You would be in a challenging contemplation, I'm hearing. In a challenging contemplation, meaning that what I'm hearing for this collective is that you would be in a place that you look at the world and I'm hearing disappointment. Looking at shallowness of this world, of materialism of this world, selfishness, this shallow indulgence and self-indulgence that is present in this world. I'm hearing, it's a difficult moment on this journey, because when we embark on a journey of healing, right, there's stages. I always talk about this, right? So we heal ourselves, right? So the moment of arrogance comes in when we start to heal ourselves and we think that I'm healing, I'm already feeling so good, I'm already feeling so amazing, I'm already feeling so aligned, I will tell everyone that that's what they need to do. And we start to feel like things that we recently figure out, it's like we know it all, so we like forcing our advice and our healing on others. You have to heal as well, you have to do this and that as well. So there's this bit of a moment of arrogance, and then we sort of snap out of it, because we understand that healing is something that it cannot be forced on others, and that you have to reach a lifetime that you're truly ready for that healing. And we sort of focus on ourselves and move on with our life, and we really reach that stage when we the only thing that we analyze is not other people, but individually, but we really start to look into how am I reacting to this, and what is it within me still that is not reacting properly. But then there's this next stage. Instead of looking at people and how they could heal, we snap out of it, but now we're looking at this world, the ugliness of this world, the shallowness of this world. But what you need to understand is that everything that exists in this world, whether our human mind is incapable of understanding that, has a reason to be. The duality of this world is what helps us to grow and expand as a soul. The fact that there is shadow and light, that there is darkness and light, that there is goodness and evil. Other way, free choice would not make sense, right? This is why we come here, because we really want to grow through. As a soul, we are light. We are awareness. So we come here to this physical world of shallowness, temptation, and matrix and programming to prove ourselves that even through that we can grow. Even through that we can transcend. So on this level, and there's a moment when we start to look at people in our family and societies, and also sometimes I find, like in the movies, that we no longer want to watch TV and want to watch movies because these characters are so distorted and they're promoting distorted behavior, so we get frustrated. It's like you keep trying to tell people that this is not the way to go, and they're like, everything is just like so distorted, right? And you feel a little disconnected. You feel a little, how do I deal with this? This is not something that I can fix. But we're not meant to fix anything here. We're meant to be the beacons of light, the initiation of a ripple effect and a chain reaction. Well, people will slowly start to see that. The great mother archetype that I always tell you guys about is very helpful on this stage, to really look at everyone through two lenses. One, the great mother archetype, so look at everyone as like their mother, with a love of the mother. I'm proud of you, because even though it seems like you're hundreds of lifetimes behind me, because time is just an illusion, remember, they're not really behind. I know that in this lifetime you're trying your best, right? And the other lens of looking at it is understanding that everything has a place to be. And it is not for us in this life, no matter how enlightened we will be, we will never have the capacity to see into everyone's path, everyone's journey. Our human brain would not hold this. So even people who are truly enlightened, Shaolin masters, they just let it be. They just understand that everything has a reason to be. Father Universe in its infinite knowledge wouldn't make mistakes like that. And it is not for us to judge that. They have to go back to our hearts. What our human brain sometimes cannot comprehend. The violence, the cruelty, the evilness of this world, we're not meant to comprehend. We're meant to feel it from the level of a heart and really understand. It serves its purpose. It only shows you that this is not what I want. For me, for people I love, for future generations from this earth. And it's funny because I find that sometimes in the beginning of this journey, especially people who are healers, who are meant, long deviation, but again, you're a mature collective. You would need more of a pep talk and a conversation than random cards. I sometimes find that some healers, they're meant to, I always say this to you guys, right? We have different paths. Some of us are meant to work with create new healers, as myself, for example. Some of you are meant to work with masses to help them manage their lives and life lessons. Some of you are meant to work with also ideas, right? So to be activists. And I find that in the beginning of this journey, when we ourselves are not yet healed and we already tap into our mission, people can put in a lot of fear into their messages because their focus, maybe it's something for this collective, you're meant to really change this world, and you need to understand that, judging it and criticizing it and allowing it to bring you down and put you in the depressive, hopeless state is not a way to go. So I find that some healers, they jump on, and I can feel it in their energy that they're meant to change this world, but they still themselves are not in understanding of certain things. They're still on their own, are not in this neutral release and connection to Father Universe, to work from a place of love, but they work from a place of fear, conspiracy theory, right? And I sometimes find that people who are activists, not only necessarily healers, there's a lot of young people these days who really are activists. They say that they're activists, they say that they want a better world, they say that they want to change the world, but then they really pass judgment. And as long as we pass judgment on anything, it means that our heart isn't healed. In unhealed heart, judgment lives. So people who, let's say that you have young women who fight for human rights, right? And then they're going to criticize other women who are dedicating their journey to maybe work with the heartbreak energy, right? Or do something else, like we have to do something. And what they're not understanding is that every journey has a purpose. We cannot really all be activists that fight for human rights, or that are, fighting for equality or fighting for peace. They're beautiful and noble things to do, but we also need people that will be healing people's wounds personally and internally, because in the end, the reason that we have all these things that I just mentioned is because people are wounded. We have to have people that will just be and live their lives in alignment, being mother, fathers, teachers, right? We need it all. So until the moment you're thinking that your journey is superior, right? Because you see the world how people don't see it, you haven't done your healing journey. We are here to help others see, not to judge them that they're not where we are, because we are them. Where they are, we have been, right? And where we come from is where we're going. It's all a loop. It's all a loop. Remember, there is no linearity, right? I feel like this collective, you may feel a little disconnected from this world right now, because you have already tapped into your beautiful, caring, compassionate heart. Maybe you've even tapped into your mission and it seems unachievable. But remember, we're not, no healer is meant here to completely fix the world. It's a stepping stone. It's funny, it's coming to my mind. So I'll just tell you, maybe it's for a reason. Last weekend, every weekend I go to visit my mom, right? And we have lunch together. She loves cooking, and we watch TV, because I don't own TV, I don't have TV, but for my mom it's a very important thing, right? And we always watch traveling programs or cooking programs, right? So we recently watched this travel show, and there were these two girls that they traveled to India, and I'm sorry, I don't remember what's the name of the city that they went to, but there was this beautiful temple that was literally carved out in a cave, one huge stone, and they would carve out the interiors, so it wasn't like put together, it was carved out. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it took them like 200 or 300 years to do that. The thousands of people to do that, right? To create that. And the person who had the idea, who started, they never lived to see the end of it. You know where I'm getting with this? We're not supposed to be here for the grand finale. There's going to be no grand finale, because probably when we create this beautiful new earth, it will shift, but something will, you know what we say, it's a frequency. So new earth is not going to be an actual new earth, it will just shift. So there will be a sort of a shifted reality where people who are truly enlightened, who are truly awakened, who are truly on the side of light, they will exist on this frequency, but the old earth will exist around us, right? It's just slowly we're going to be shifting more and more and more people, but the old earth will continue to exist, and new souls coming in will continue to go there to heal and to grow and to learn, right? And so you have to understand it as a continuum, not as something, again, it's this key Bashar's rule: act in your highest excitement to the best of your ability with no expectation of an outcome. You're not here to see the outcome. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like you would right now maybe feel that you operate in circles, that you cannot get that closure. There's a reason. It's funny because I was thinking about this today. Maybe also this is why it sort of enforced me to record the message that I recorded about being a true healer, right? It's something about shortcuts. I feel like you think that people take shortcuts to achieve certain things, and they don't really walk the true path of. But it's human nature. It's nature of ego. What will you do if everyone was like us? On that new earth, everyone will be like us. But until that point, but we will always be reaching out to the old earth. Not all of us, but some of us, to help people. Do you know what I mean? 9 of Cups. Eight of Swords. I feel like for your energy right now, this collective, you would be very much in the energy of other people, really contemplating how entrapped they are, how they themselves keep themselves in a mental prison, in this negativity. But remember, even you in this lifetime, you were that person. You don't have to reach hundreds of lifetimes before. Even in this lifetime, you did not come to this world knowing what you know today. It was a path for you as well. And this is also, maybe it's something that you need to hear. Remember, the people that like feed fear and the activists and all that I mentioned. What people don't understand is that, yes, it's important to speak about certain topics. Yes, it's important to increase people's awareness, not just self-awareness, but the awareness of this world, how we're being manipulated, how we're being kept in the matrix, right? But it's also very important, and really the most important thing, to teach them that the only way to getting out of this is to remaining on high vibration, on a vibration of joy, happiness, positivity, love, compassion. So if we keep thinking about, how doomed this world is and how people are blinded, again, I feel like for this collective, it's a chapter. You're gonna get out of this. You've come too far along a way on this journey to be stuck in this mindset. It's just a mindset that we have to. Maybe you have an ascension I'm hearing coming your way, and I find that on this journey, true journey of healing, right? That final chapter. In the beginning, we go through ascensions that are more of an ascensions towards ourselves, right? So we come to realizations, and ascensions are difficult moments. They can be moments because usually we are being upgraded. We are shifted to a higher vibration, and we usually receive some downloads or some upgrades, some new gifts. So sometimes it's very overwhelming. Those may be moments like you lose hope, you don't know what's going on, you're not yet used to. And I often say this, that ascensions on this journey, especially in the first years, they're a little bit like, for women being on our periods. You can have 30, 40, 50 years. You've been doing this for however many years every month, but every time it comes, you get emotional, you get sore, you get like everything hurts, but you don't know what's going on. Your mind doesn't go immediately, okay, I'm on my period. Sometimes it takes us a day to realize, okay, this is why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling. And it's similar with ascension. So maybe even without you knowing, you are going through an ascension and through an upgrade. So they downloading things to you into your mind that will link, again, like I said, first ascensions, they start when we're going up the bridge. You know how I always say this, they about us, our growth, our transformation. But then when we cross the bridge, we start to receive downloads and more downloads of information that link to our mission, knowledge, wisdom of our ancestors is being unraveled from within us. We receive that because we're ready to start working towards that path. So whatever topics you are thinking about right now, maybe journal, maybe write it down, maybe really focus on it, not the emotion of it, but what is actually coming to your mind, because maybe it links to your journey. Maybe your path is linked to some form of activism, of working with a lot of people towards, I always say this, not all divine feminists on a journey, we end up being psychics, and right, and a lot of us just, you go out there to the world to be teachers, to be activists, to be artists, and it's all valuable. This world needs it all. So I feel like you are receiving important informations, but you're focusing too much on the emotion, right? And again, it's hard because sometimes we receive knowledge that our brain doesn't know how to make sense of it. And some ascensions may be very painful and very, like, for days, you don't want to go on with this journey. You don't want to be in this world, right? High Priestess! I love that. It's like this first card that's giving me hope. You are in your high priestess energy. You, this collective, you would understand that you are the bridge between worlds, that you hold the capacity within you to tap into the knowledge of our ancestors, the wisdom of our ancestors, to connect to the divine, to connect to quantum field, to help people grow. You would know this. You would know how much power you hold within yourself and within your subconscious mind. I'm really looking at this lady. Maybe you look a little bit like her. Do you see this? So pretty. Just a detail that came to my mind. But you know this. I feel like it's just temporary. I feel like you are, we're going to confirm, but I feel like you are going through some sort of an ascension. So we're going to ask what shadows you need to balance, what do you need to remember. Maybe we'll do in your masculine and in your feminine energy, but I feel like it's just something that you will come out of this the other side. So try to change your perspective. Don't focus on the emotion of it, but why are you giving me the information? Whatever you're thinking, whatever information they're bringing into your mind, sometimes it comes through a video online triggers us, or we have a dream, and we start receiving these downloads. It's like a chain reaction. It's like a domino, right? With one thing, and we go down the rabbit hole. So don't focus on how it makes you feel, because your body will adjust. Your body needs time to adjust to that. So just focus on what actually you are thinking of, what you're receiving. Empress, the divine feminine. You got the high priestess and the empress. So your key energy, your main row, right? It's a little bit of distress, a little bit of confusion, a little bit of lost faith. What is going on in this world? How could we ever fix that? There's nothing wrong with this world. Okay, there's nothing wrong with this world. Remember, what do I always say to you guys? It's a sandbox game. Literally imagine yourself sitting in front of a TV and playing one of these sandbox games. It seems like, ooh, it's a cruel world. I wouldn't want to live there. But how my character can make things better? Because it is just a sandbox game. We are in it, so we take it very seriously and very personally. But it is just this world in a vast universe of possibilities and of light and of source energy, right? It's just a little physical sandbox game. It's not that serious. We have to put in all our work, because it's the objective of the game to help others win, to transcend, to grow, to, right? The Fool, new beginning. But it's not, too many. The World. Six of Wands, yeah. And it's in reverse. You're feeling like you cannot win with this. But look at this. It's like your whole energy, right, that I have in here. All these cards in reverse, they were guiding me towards this, like, people, the materialism, the arrogance, the disconnection, the shortcuts, they're blindfolded, right? And you cannot win, you cannot really win. It doesn't make sense. Maybe you are even in this mindset, it doesn't make sense. What could I do? But you are also in your high priestess and in your divine feminine. You're glowing. It's something that has to happen. Maybe to anchor yourself in that inner union, maybe to really shift to that moment of, I feel like this collective, it doesn't seem like it, but I feel you going through a very, very powerful ascension that will help you to find the right trajectory towards your mission, and that within a couple of months, you will start to find, I'm hearing 3 to 4 months, you will start to find, true stability. Do we want to ask? Hold on. The Spirit doesn't want to give us the right answer, because surely it ain't going to be 10 years, but you are on your highest, most abundant timeline. That's all we need to know. 10 of Coins. You're creating a legacy. You're starting a whole brand new energetic lineage. You're on your highest, most abundant timeline. Fear not. Fear not, my child. All is good. All is good. This too shall pass. You just need to observe. Observe right now. We're in this window of opportunity, we're approaching eclipse. If you are now in your ascension, so powerful. So just observe. You're not failing and you're not here to fix the entire world. Remember, 200 lifetimes of in the making, right? Or even more. Okay, I want to do a couple of these to just see what's going on in your energy. And then we're going to do your feminine, your masculine. Yeah, heartbreak, pain. Let's just do a few. Okay. Alright. Maybe a few more. Face down. Scarcity tactics at the bottom of the deck. All right, let's see what you got. Let's see what you got. All right, we have that backstabbing energy. So heartbreak, pain, separation. You would be feeling that, like heartbreak when it comes to the state of this world. Remember what we mentioned, right? How everyone is just separate. This is the biggest issue of this world. And you're right if you feel that, the separation. We keep separating ourselves. We separate ourselves from other people, from nature, from animals. We don't understand we're part of the whole. We separate ourselves, from our own soul. People keep trying to feel that I'm alone on this journey. No one goes through what I went through. Millions of people are going through exactly what you're going through. And they went through, yes, you are unique. Yes, we have this unique frequency, right? But it's not like you're doing something for the very first time. We've been here. People think that, right? Nobody knows the sorrow I've been, or whatever the song goes. That they're just like so separation. And I feel like you see this. Maybe recently you've been I really feel strongly that's like wherever you look, your family, your friends, your work environment, even movies and shows that you watch, it just makes you feel sad about the condition of mankind. But you know what? How about you start looking at the good things? Because there's so many good things. There's so many beautiful divine feminines and divine masculines that you can watch and follow. There's so many beautiful movies that talk about values and hope and love and never giving up. There's so many also shows that you can watch. Even shows like, maybe there's a reason I said this to you. Traveling shows, cooking shows, educational shows, people that are interested in life, in the meaning of life. It's not all just, doomed. It's just that we are being fed with fear. So don't be one of the agents of fear. Be the agent of love. Be the agent of love. But your second card is Dragonfly. You are transitioning. I was hoping we would get Ascension, but Dragonfly is good enough. I feel like it's a transition. They wanting you to get perspective, to become a little bit lighthearted, because that's what you're going to need, because you're going to need to be the agent of love. We have old school, outdated thinkings. There is something that you need to shift in your mindset, how you look at this world, right? Right now, it seems like it's quite depressing. It seems like it's quite not really, right? But you really need to focus on the good things, because what we focus on, we multiply. So if we focus on negative thoughts, we multiply it. If we focus on negativity of this world, this is why, this is the core of the manipulation, that everything we see in the media, in the news, it's negative, because they want to feed our fear, because that way we're never going to walk towards love. So don't change change how we see things. See, it may be, hard for some of you still, but if you see ugliness in this world, try to look at it with gratitude. Thanks to that, I can see the worst atrocities, right? Thanks to that, I can see what I do not want. Thanks to that, I can see how important being in your state of light is. And that is surely an opportunity for someone, because someone's souls chose to be inside of that situation, which means that they have taken an opportunity to really grow, to really change,